if by any means I might attain unto the resurrection of the dead. Well, isn't that what we're living for? We're living so that we can be raised from the dead. We're living in such a way that God's going to raise us from the dead. We're living in such a way that we're going to be saved after we die. And so what we do here right now is trying to attain that resurrection, right? And so some people might say you don't have to do anything, but that's not what scriptures are teaching us. Scriptures are teaching us to live exactly like Jesus lived. And if I'm not living like Jesus, then I'm not being faithful to Jesus. That's really what faith is, living like Jesus, and believing his teachings, including the death, burial, and resurrection part, because he taught that in every gospel. Over a dozen times he said he taught him he was going to raise from the grave. But that's one small part of what Jesus taught. What else did he teach? What else does he expect us to believe? And those things are so critical. The righteousness that I have comes from knowing Jesus. The power of his resurrection and the participation of his suffering. It includes being conformed to his death, so that I may perhaps reach the goal of the resurrection of the dead. It's not that I've already attained or already reached this goal or have already been perfected. So it's interesting because he's not coming until the bride is ready. You guys understand that you remember the letters to the churches in Revelation chapter 2 and 3? They're not ready yet. He tells them, you're not ready yet. If he comes right now, you're not going, in other words, in some of those letters. Their sin is the imperfect impurities that's stained the gowns that we have. And he talks about some will walk with him in white. Some of them are ready. Some of them are ready to go. He's telling them to hold on. You're doing everything you need to do. Just hold on. Some of the churches, some of the people, they're ready. Some of them are not ready. And so the idea is to be perfected right now so that we are ready. And that's why Jesus is talking about one sin. If your hand keeps sinning, cut it off. It's better to enter in maimed than to go to hell. So it's pretty much telling us that practicing sin that's remaining is actually going to cause someone to go to hell if it's not perfected. So you could say that the truth of the matter is that sin, that undealt with sin, it gets to the point where you're not even confessing it anymore. It's just such a commonplace. It's just such a common thing. I don't even think about it. It's like, has sin gotten that common in our lives that we're not even giving it two thoughts anymore? That person's lukewarm. If we're not striving to get rid of that last bit of sin in our lives, we are lukewarm. And lukewarmness can be degreeable. It can have many degrees of lukewarmness. You can be a little lukewarm. You can be hard-hearted and bitter and lost and not even realize you're lukewarm. It could be really bad. You could be blinded and everything. Or you can realize you're lukewarm, and you can realize there's a little sin you still have to deal with. You could be on that precipice of having a breakthrough, and you could be dealing with it the best you can through faith and prayer and fasting.